In the news, President Ali urges Caribbean media to embrace AI responsibly. Government moves to arbitration over terminated hospital contracts. Agriculture Ministry to launch comprehensive El Nino preparedness plan next week. And in sport, Guyana's Junior Jaguars in semifinals of the CFU Under 14 Boys Challenge Series. This is the Wednesday, August 19 edition of the NCN News. I'm Kristen Josiah. Thank you for joining us. Now, first up, President Dr. Ali is urging Caribbean media houses to embrace artificial intelligence, but warns that technology must never replace the journalists. His message came as the Caribbean Broadcasting Union opened its 57th Annual General Assembly in Georgetown amid growing concerns about AI, misinformation, changing audiences, and the financial survival of traditional media. Naisha Bristol reports.
Caribbean media is at a crossroad. That was a message as broadcasters, journalists, and media executives from across the region gathered at the Georgetown Conference Center for the 57th Annual General Assembly of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union. The three-day meeting is being held under the theme Caribbean Media and AI, with discussions centered on how the industry can adapt to rapidly changing technology without sacrificing credible journalism. Delivering the feature address, President Dr. Ali said artificial intelligence can make newsroom more efficient, particularly in a region where many media organizations operate with limited resources. But he warned that editorial judgment and responsibility must remain firmly in human hands.
Use AI, certainly. Use it to transcribe interviews. Use it to search enormous databases. Use it to analyze data. Use it to translate. Use it to identify patterns. Use it to help newsrooms that are under-resourced. But never allow the technology to become the journalists. Because the moment we surrender editorial judgment to the machine, we risk surrendering something more important than efficiency. We risk surrendering responsibility, and responsibility is at the heart of broadcasting.
President Ali said the technological shift comes as Caribbean media also grapples with misinformation, changing audience habits, and advertising revenue increasingly moving to global digital platforms. He urged regional broadcasters to rethink their revenue models and use digital platforms to carry Caribbean stories to audience beyond the region. Meanwhile, CBU President Anthony Green said the financial pressures facing the industry are already having serious consequences, pointing to the closure of several established media operations over the last year.
These organizations did not all operate in the same way, and their closures cannot be reduced to a single cause. But taken together, they are a sobering signal. Behind every closed newsroom or discontinued service are lost jobs, diminished institutional memory, fewer opportunities for young professionals, and one less independent Caribbean voice in the public square.
Green said the future of Caribbean broadcasting will depend on developing sustainable business models while protecting trusted and independent journalism. As artificial intelligence transforms the global media landscape, the message from Georgetown is clear. Caribbean media must innovate to survive, but its credibility, editorial responsibilities, and distinctive regional voice must remain at the center of that transformation. For NCN News, Naisha Bristol.
Thank you, Naisha. Guyanese journalist Dr. Ricky Singh has been inducted into the CBU Hall of Fame, joining fellow Guyanese Hall of Famers Terry Holder and Rafiq Khan. Another Caribbean media giant, Professor Agre Brown, was also inducted into the Hall of Fame, recognized for his contribution to Caribbean broadcasting, communication, and media development. Meanwhile, Belizean journalist Jules Vasquez became the first recipient of the Caribbean Defender of Media Freedom Award turning the spotlight on the continuing fight to protect independent journalism.
Why does it matter? Why must we champion those who play that role? It matters because news is a public utility, just as important as water or electricity. A modern democratic society cannot survive without it. We provide the oxygen that makes democracy breathe. Those who define and defend that space, to our colleagues, I say respect. Why does it matter? Why must we champion those who play that role? It matters because news is a public utility, just as important as water or electricity. A modern democratic society cannot survive without it. We provide the oxygen that makes democracy breathe. Those who define and defend that space, to our colleagues, I say respect.
After a decade away, the CBU's return to Guyana is more than a homecoming. It is a celebration for those who paved the way and a challenge to a new generation of Caribbean journalists to keep asking difficult questions, defending the truth and holding power to account. We tell you now that government is moving to fully digitize Guyana's public procurement system by the end of the 2026 in a move President Dr. Irfaan Ali says will improve efficiency, transparency and oversight of the process. The new integrated e-procurement system will replace the largely paper-based process with digital tools for bidding, tendering evaluation and procurement management, while also helping to flag compliance risks and potential irregularities. David Clark has this report.
President Ali announced that government is moving to fully digitize Guyana's public procurement system by the end of 2026 as part of its efforts to improve efficiency, transparency and oversight. Finance Secretary Sir Krishnalal Pasha is leading the implementation of an integrated e-procurement system comprising of a digital bidders registry, national e-tender portal, e-tender lifecycle module and an e-marketplace.
Now this will remove all of the need for the massive paper and move from a paper-based system to a complete e-system, electronic system that is trackable throughout the process.
President Ali said the system will also be able to flag compliance risk and potential irregularities while providing structured evaluation tools and management dashboards. An e-marketplace will also be established for routine low to medium value goods and standard services from pre-qualified suppliers.
The Empatab website will be upgraded into a single window where all public procurement plans, tender notices, bidding documents, clarifications, bid submissions, and award notices are uploaded.
The president said government is considering setting aside approximately 25 to 30% of procurement opportunities for small and medium-sized enterprises. For NCN News, David Clark.
Thank you, David. The head of state met a United States congressional delegation led by Senator Christopher Coons, with talks focused on strengthening Guyana-U.S. partnership and cooperation on prosperity, security and regional stability. President Ali also outlined his government's development agenda since 2020 and reaffirmed Guyana's commitment to working with the U.S. to combat drug trafficking and organized crime, enhance security cooperation, and uphold respect for territorial sovereignty. President Irfaan Ali says spiritual education can play an important role in building character, strengthening families, and creating safer communities. He made the remarks during an engagement with internationally respected spiritual leader S.B. Kesava Swami, also known as Kesava Maharaj, at State House, where they discussed promoting spiritual and moral development through schools, youth groups and other organizations. The president says spiritual education can help young people build inner strength, manage stress and make ethical decisions. Kesava Maharaj is in Guyana for a special visit and will take part in a spiritual program in Cummins Lodge on Thursday. Attorney General Anil Nandalal says consultations with opposition leader Azruddin Mohammed on several constitutional appointments are ongoing, rejecting claims that President Ali is failing to meet his constitutional obligations. Nandalal says the president has fulfilled his obligation to initiate consultations, pointing to correspondence sent to the opposition leader last month.
On the 24th of July, the president, through Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Governance, dispatched 3 letters to the leader of the opposition to initiate consultative engagements.
These discussions covered the Judicial Service Commission, Public Service Commission, and Local Government Commission. Nandalal says the correspondence outlined the proposed appointments and provided timelines for responses.
Those who are peddling misleading information out there that the president is refusing to comply with the Constitution or the relevant statutory provisions that require him to consult with the leader of the opposition, they should stop peddling that type of misinformation.
The AG says work is also underway to identify suitably qualified persons for the Police Service Commission, after which consultations on those appointments are expected to begin. The government has initiated international arbitration after terminating 2 contracts with Vamed Engineering for the construction of the Children and Maternity Hospital at Ogle and the New Amsterdam Hospital campus. More in this report from David Clark.
Attorney General Anil Nandalal says the decision follows repeated breaches and significant delays by the contractor. He made the disclosure on his issues in the news program.
Government was forced to terminate both contracts, I believe, on the 23rd of July, 2026. At the date of completion, at the date of termination, the contracts, the works under the contracts were way behind.
Nandalal explained that each contract was backed by a €15 million performance bond, and the government has initiated steps to claim these bonds through the Bank of Austria. The contractual disputes are now headed to arbitration through the International Chamber of Commerce.
Both contracts are the subject of arbitration clauses that mandate the parties in the event of a dispute to go to arbitration at the International Chamber of Commerce to resolve those disputes or settle those disputes. Government of Guyana has initiated arbitration proceedings pursuant to that arbitration clause.
The legal dispute continues as the government works to resolve the issues and determine the future of the 2 hospital project. For NCN News, David Clark.
When the news returns, the Ministry of Education is ramping up preparations for the September school reopening and the Agriculture Ministry to launch comprehensive El Niño preparedness plan next week.
ACH Inc., Guyana's factory-authorized Samsung distributor, offers superior customer service and high-quality products, backed by the manufacturer's warranty. Choose from a variety of home appliances at our showroom, along with the attentive and knowledgeable assistance of our service reps. We are proud to announce Samsung new and improved air conditioners. Reformed and renovated, with 36% thicker copper condenser coil, anti-corrosive protection on the condenser, preventing oxidation. Available at ACH Inc., Guyana's factory-authorized Samsung distributor.
Across Guyana, oil and gas companies are supporting stronger educational opportunities, from hands-on STEM programs and smart classrooms to teacher development, university education, and practical training. These investments are helping young Guyanese develop technical, digital, and problem-solving skills while creating clearer pathways to further education and employment. By investing in learning today, Guyana is building the expertise and innovation needed for tomorrow. grow.
This is your chance to win big with Digicel's $6 million spin to win. Top up $2,000 or more or pay your postpaid bill on time and you could get a chance to spin the wheel for serious cash. Every week, you could win up to $1 million in cash. Imagine it. One top up, one bill payment, one spin, and boom, you're a winner. So don't wait. Top up now or pay your Digicel postpaid bill on time. Digicel's $6 million spin to win. Your chance starts today. Terms and conditions apply. Digicel. Real connection.
In today's tough driving conditions, every engine faces three powerful enemies: engine heat, pollutants, and frequent short trips. Each factor is a direct cause of engine sludge, a buildup of dirt that can block vital oilways. This triple threat demands triple protection. Castrol GTX's Triple Protect Power is engineered to fight these three main causes of engine sludge.
Safety begins with everyday choices. Recognizing hazards, following procedures, using the right equipment, and speaking up when something is wrong. From offshore operations to our homes, roads, and workplaces, looking out for one another can prevent incidents, protect lives, and help build a stronger culture of responsibility across Guyana. Since offshore oil production began, the sector has supported Guyana's long-term development. Learn more by visiting oilnow.gy.
GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31, 2026 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. Persons eligible for registration must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for their area of residence to apply. Persons who are already registered could apply for a name change if they have changed their names since they were registered. Applied for corrections if there is incorrect information on their national ID cards. Persons who are desirous of conducting any of the above transactions must provide the relevant supporting documents. Persons who are already registered must collect their new ID cards if they have not yet done so. This registration exercise will end on November 30, 2026. You need to apply for a transfer if you now live at a different address than the one you were registered at. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0277-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Welcome back. You're watching the NCN News. We tell you now that as the country prepares to enter the El Nino period, the Ministry of Agriculture is set to roll out a comprehensive plan in the new week. Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa made the disclosure today while speaking on the sidelines of a meeting with farmers at Lusiknan. Here is Celestine Chacon with the details.
Mustafa stressed that the country could experience dry conditions extending into the fourth quarter of 2027. Hence, the Ministry of Agriculture is closely monitoring the situation and taking immediate steps to ensure that adequate water remains available.
We are not at a concern level, so to speak. We have enough water in the system, and we are advising farmers they have to conserve on water. And next week, I'll be meeting with the main stakeholders to roll out our plan.
Mustafa said there is also a possibility that the water entering the creeks could become salty at some point. He said the ministry is putting systems in place to deal with this on the coast as well as the hinterland, using a number of canals as reservoirs to store water.
Over the last 2 years, we've done a lot of water catchment area, these ponds. We have in Region 1, Region 9, Region 7, Region 8. We did a lot of these water catchment area, and those now are water are being stored in those areas there, and people are using those water.
Meanwhile, during the engagement with farmers, several concerns were raised. These included the availability of pasture for cattle, drainage and irrigation problems, and the need for proper places where fishers and farmers can safely clean and dry fish. Minister Mustafa addressed some of the concerns on the spot while assuring that issues outside the ministry's responsibility will be taken to the relevant cabinet ministers and agencies. For the NCN News, Celestine Chacon.
Over the next 4 months, farmers will have an opportunity to supply fresh, quality produce directly to hotels across Guyana. The initiative follows a meeting on Tuesday between the Ministry of Agriculture and representatives from the hotel sector. Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa says the process is expected to begin as early as next week, with the New Guyana Marketing Corporation facilitating the initiative.
We want to do a trial for the rest of the year, for the next 4 months. I asked the hotel to submit to us their needs, what are the type of produce, and we will work with direct farmers to supply them.
Agriculture Minister said that while hoteliers have expressed interest in purchasing fresh quality produce from local farmers, he made it clear that farmers must be paid a fair and acceptable price. He explained that the aim is to strengthen cooperation between the agriculture and hospitality sectors and create a more reliable and sustainable market for farmers.
Because, you know, in another year from now, what we have now in Guyana, we'll have double time of the hotels. Will be going up. So the needs will increase. We have more tourists coming to Guyana, and as Minister of Agriculture, I want to see those tourists get a taste of Guyana.
We tell you now that Guyana has recorded gains at the Caribbean Examination Council with improved results and a major expansion in vocational certification. Chief Education Officer Saddam Hussein says 2,813 students are expected to receive Caribbean Vocational Qualifications, CVQs, this year. The certification gives students who pursued practical training an opportunity to matriculate to tertiary education or enter the workforce in fields including commercial food preparation, crop production, and welding.
This is something where our students put aside the theoretical for the practical. So if we say you get a CVQ in tilapia production, it means you know to mind tilapia until we cook it.
Hussein also reported strong results for the Caribbean Certificate of Secondary Level Competence, CCSLC. The Ministry of Education is intensifying efforts to ensure all schools across Guyana are fully prepared for the September reopening. Earlier today, Education Minister Sonia Parag held a virtual meeting with regional executive officers and their teams to ensure that all schools are physically inspected. These efforts are guided by a comprehensive checklist developed at a recent multi-stakeholder meeting with government ministers and members of parliament aimed at guaranteeing that schools meet all readiness standards for the new academic year. Guyana's candidate for United Nations Secretary-General, Ambassador Carolyn Rodrigues-Burkett, has held discussions with Latvia's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Berbice, as she continues engagements with UN member states on her candidacy. During today's discussion, Rodrigues-Burkett outlined her vision for a more agile, efficient, and effective United Nations and exchanged views on Latvia's priorities for the organization. Rodrigues-Burkett said she welcomed the opportunity to hear Latvia's perspectives and looks forward to continued engagement with the country and other member states as part of efforts to strengthen the UN for present and future generations. Guyana Water Incorporated has introduced a new private branch exchange PBX system at its call center to boost customer service. The upgrade allows customers to request a callback instead of waiting on hold so they can keep their place in the queue without staying on the line. The new system is part of GWI's ongoing drive to make its services more accessible and efficient. Executive Director of Business Development, Jaigopal Ram, and Communications Manager, Travis Bruce, visited the call center on Monday to observe the new system in operation. Customers can reach the GWI call center at 227-8701 or 227-8703 for assistance or to report water service issues. Guyanese soca artist Samantha Grant has died following medical complications, including kidney failure. Grant, who was in her mid-40s, resided in Plaisance on the east coast of Demerara. She made her last major stage appearance at the Guyana Festival's Night of Legends show, held at the Guyana National Stadium in Providence. Grant will be remembered for her popular soca hit, Rock My Body, which was recorded in the early 2000s. For those viewing the news online, we thank you for watching and good night. The news continues live on television with sport after these messages.
Nature inspired the technology behind Dry Coat by Lanco, a paint that repels moisture, keeping your walls dry and flawless. No stains, no damage, just beautiful protected walls. With Dry Coat, you can choose any color you love and stop humidity in its tracks. Dry Coat by Lanco. Perfect walls, moisture free. The experts recommend Lanco.
Lanco Guyana Inc. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Lanco Guyana. Telephone 227-1725 or WhatsApp 743-0348.
With amazing ambience, great food, and great customer service, Hard Rock Cafe is the place to be. Enjoy all-you-can-eat wings on Mondays, karaoke on Tuesdays, double deal Thursdays, and live entertainment on Fridays and Saturdays. Plus, check out their rock shop for amazing merch. Visit Hard Rock Cafe at Movietown from 11 hours to midnight daily. For reservations, contact 502-4736 or 648-8686.
Building or renovating anytime soon? Be sure to check us out at Unique Electrical for all domestic, commercial, and industrial electrical supplies. We offer an extensive range of products such as cables, panels, breakers, lamps, bulbs, trunking, conduits and fittings, changeover switches, bus bars, transformers, etc. at affordable prices. Be sure to give us a call on 225-2250 or visit us at 238 South Road Border for all your electrical needs.
Here in Guyana, we are diverse people through and through. Of course, that extends into the foods we love to cook, eat, and enjoy. But no matter what you got bubbling in your pot, there's one thing you all got to face. That's cleanup time.
Don't stress, there's Full Fresh.
With Full Fresh dishwashing cream, you get a powerhouse grease stripper with glycerin to tackle tough stains and vitamin E for gentle care on your hands.
Squeaky clean dishes. Soft hands.
Easy on the wallet. Full Fresh dishwashing cream is available and distributed by BPADs in a variety of sizes and fragrances.
Ready to design your dream jewelry? It's simple with Raj Jewelry. WhatsApp us your design and our skilled jewelers will create it just for you. Stop searching. Start designing. Get the custom piece you've always wanted today. Call us or book your appointment now at 658-5730. Find us at Movietown and Giftland Mall. Raj Jewelry, your vision, our craft.
Rain, sun, wind. Guyana's weather doesn't play. But with a Tulsi Prasad roof, you'll be ready for all of it. Our roofing sheets are built tough. They're reliable, durable, and made to handle the elements. We're building Guyana strong, from top to bottom. Even in a downpour, your home stays safe, sound, and dry. Choose your color: red, green, blue, and more. Cut to any length you need. Tulsi Prasad Roofing. Rain or shine, our roofs stand strong.